Okay, so from last 3 4 months, we come across about coronavirus. Actually, what is this coronavirus? Okay, so coronavirus are a large family of viruses. Some causes illness in humans, and other causes illness in animals, such as bats, camels, and seaweeds. Okay. Severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2 or SARS-CoV-2 is a new strain of coronavirus that has not been previously identified in humans. Okay, recently it is identified in humans since last December, and COVID-19 is a seventh generation in coronavirus species. Okay, sixth generation coronavirus we already encountered. We have an immunity towards the sixth generation coronavirus, but this seventh generation COVID-2 SARS coronavirus is a very virulent virus, and it is causing illnesses in the human being. So this point to be noted. So this is not a virus like that of previous viruses. It's a new virus having more variability. Okay, what is actually a coronavirus? Coronavirus belongs to Coronaviridae family, and you can see the structure of coronavirus here. It has a spikes. It has a spikes here, like so. Corona represents a crown-like spikes, and the outer surface of the virus. Thus, it was named as a coronavirus. Okay, so coronavirus are enveloped viruses, minute in size, 65 to 125 nanometers. Point to be noted, it's a very minute creature, very minute microorganism. The length is only 65 to 125 nanometer, and it contains a single standard RNA and nuclear material. Usually, nucleus is made up of RNA and DNA, human nucleus, but this virus nucleus is usually made up of an RNA as a nuclear material. For this reason only, for identification in the lab, we are facing a lot of difficulty. For that, PT testing is more difficult. It is a size is a nanometer in size. Okay, what are the prime symptoms of COVID-19? We have represented with a schematic diagram. So very commonly we have a fever, fatigue. I will come to respiratory illnesses. We have sneezing, running nose, sore throat, dry cough, shortness of breath, and then come to the circulatory, decrease in WBC cells because of uh, immune reaction, and the more number of WBC cells will die because of that. Decreased WBC count will be there in COVID-19. And we come to some intestinal disorders. They have a vomiting and loose motion. Some of the coronavirus patients develop with vomiting, a kind of diarrhea. So then it will end up into coronavirus. So what are other prodromal symptoms we have? Some will lost the taste and taste sensation. Somebody will lose the smell sensation also. Okay. So here, these are some of the typical symptoms of coronavirus. So those people who encounter the coronavirus, 7.9% will have a fever as a prime symptom in coronavirus, and 67.7% of people will have a dry cough, and 38.1% fever will have a fatigue, and in 33.4% people have a sputum production. 18.6% will develop a shortness of breath, and 14.8% have a myalgia and arthalgia. So 13.9% have a sore throat, as dosa. These are some of the prime symptoms. We come to the very prime or typical symptom of coronavirus is fever, dry cough, and fatigue. In next slide, I will show you how we need to differentiate a flu versus allergy versus COVID-19. Okay, so generally we have a fear. This is a season. This is a monsoon season. June, July, and August in South India is a monsoon season. Here we have a lot of other diseases will come, will mimic the symptoms like that of coronavirus. For example, common flu will be there, and other viral infection, chikungunya, dengue, malaria, and water infections like typhoid. So these are all very common diseases during this June, July, during this monsoon season. So how to differentiate an allergy with the COVID-19? How to differentiate these other viral diseases with COVID-19? Here the flow chart is there. So first and foremost thing is we need to check whether the patient is having any fever or not. Okay, first differentiating feature is a fever. Okay, if the patient is having a fever, Again, we will differentiate whether it is a coronavirus fever or a flu-like fever. So usually fever with the shortness of breath are the cardinal features of COVID-19. Okay, the fever with shortness of breath. So patients having fever along with shortness of breath. So this is the cardinal feature of coronavirus. If there is no shortness of breath, then we'll think it may be a common flu. Okay, so fever with shortness of breath with other symptoms like cough, fatigue, weakness, exhaustion. Definitely, shortness of breath with fever, it is a COVID-19. Without shortness of breath, only fever, cough, fatigue, and weakness, and exhaustion, it may be a flu or other symptom. Okay, here we can represent. So, if there is no fever, okay, so patient doesn't have any fever, he has only some running nose, sneezing, all those things. So how to differentiate? If there is no fever, most probably it is not a coronavirus infection. Then we have to differentiate. If patient is having any itchiness in the eyes, patient is having any itchiness in the eyes, then we'll think of it is an allergy. Okay, it's a common allergy, itchiness in the nose, itchiness in the eyes. Okay, it is a very common allergy, and along with patient having a sneezing and running nose. So Bangalore is most famous for this allergy because of its pollution. Uh, Pollution. Okay, so if there is no allergy, then we will think of it may be a common cold. So simply sneezing, running nose, a mild chest discomfort, and some sputum expectoration, it may be a common cold. So this is a schematic diagram. You can differentiate coronavirus with flu and coronavirus with other respiratory allergies and coronavirus with a common cold. So okay, first differentiating feature is uh, fever. So and then if fever with breathlessness, definitely it may be a coronavirus, then we should advise for a test, a PCR test, or else antibody test to diagnose coronavirus. And there is no shortness of breath. The patient is comfortable. He has only some mild cough, fatigue, and weakness. Let him be given rest and give the treatment for flu. Okay. So these are some of the important cardinal features we can differentiate a coronavirus with the flu and common cold. So, what is the statistics of coronavirus in India? So, coronavirus, 90% of the COVID patients are asymptomatic. So, this thing we should be keep it in mind. So, out of 100 patients in India, 90% of the patients infected with coronavirus doesn't show any symptoms. Okay, so among that, only 4 to 5% will develop some mild to moderate symptoms. 4 to 5% patients will develop mild to moderate symptoms, fever, cold, cough, breathing difficulty, like that. So only 2 to 3% people, if the oxygen saturation comes below 88%, then we will advise oxygen therapy. Okay, so that is needed for only 2 to 3% of patients. Only 2 to 3% of patients needs an oxygen therapy. So out of 100 patients, only 1 to 2% of patients may need a ventilation support or a ventilator support. Okay, so the death rate in India is about 1.5% to 2.5%. It's a very less compared to other countries. So that will be in India, this is 1.5%, 2.5. It differs to region. In Karnataka, it is very less. In Maharashtra, it is very high. In Delhi, it may be high. So it's all depends on the area to area. So average death rate in India is about 1.5 to 2.5, and average death rate in the world is about 3 to 6%. In USA, it may be 5%. In China, it may be 3%. It's an average death rate in the world for coronavirus is about 3 to 6%. So the good news for Indians is death rate in India is very less compared to other countries. So, how to manage coronavirus without taking a medications? Okay. So usually we have a lot of fear in this pandemic situation when we have got some small cold, small fatigue, or with slight increase of temperature. Also, we're worried about what to do, what not to do, and we'll go to the clinics. So we should not do all those things. Just follow the steps. So before any infection manifests in our body, there are certain alert signs show in our body which we miss generally. Especially these are all called as a prodromal symptoms. So when an pathogen, it may be a virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, whatever may be the pathogen. If pathogen enter into our body mechanism, innate immunity. So our body defense mechanism will active and it will kill that virus, it will kill that pathogen. So that is our immune defense mechanism, that is called as innate immunity. It is always active in our body. So in our body, with fighting against these pathogens, our body will give some alarms, alarming signs, alarming symptoms in our body. These are some of the alarming symptoms, are a prodromal symptoms, are the symptoms that will come before an actual infection develops in our body. This is a very crucial stage. This is an extremely crucial stage. We need to identify these symptoms. Initially, you may feel weakness, and you may have some joint pains or body pain, and we have a very less hunger and sudden weakness, okay, and impaired bowel movement or heaviness in the body. Uh, Kids may go inactive all of a sudden and confined to bed. So especially kids, when they develop fever and during or before fever, they will be inactive and suddenly they're confined to bed. And small infants will refuse the feed. So it may be including breastfeed or breastfeed also, all of a sudden without any reason and lie inactive. So these are all some of the prodromal symptoms. Whenever you feel a joint pain, whenever you have a generalized weakness, a sudden weakness, a less hunger, impaired bowel movement, you need to pick these symptoms and act fastly. Okay. So in case of kids, they will become inactive. If the infant is there, they refuse the feeding. So this is a very extremely crucial stage. We need to act this stage. What to do if we have these symptoms? So I have given very simple home remedy. So don't worry about any other medications. Usually, whenever you feel this weakness, tiredness, so people will go and buy some paracetamol. People will go and buy some antipyretic analgesics, and they will simply take medicines. So better, according to me, don't take any medication. Fever is not a deficiency of antibiotics. Fever is not a deficiency of paracetamol. Fever is not a deficiency of any other vitamins. Okay. So what to do at this stage? So simply people will take paracetamol during viral season, more than 10, 12 paracetamols within 3, 4 days. So definitely paracetamol is a chemical, it is an hepatotoxic. It will increase the toxicity in the liver. I have seen many patients after viral fever, they develop hepatitis. Hepatitis means a jaundice. They will develop a jaundice after viral fever. This is because of increased intake of paracetamol tablet. Okay, so better don't take any medications. So what to do when you encounter with these prodromal symptoms? Generalized weakness, or else slight body pain, joint pain, less appetite. What to do? So the very simple home remedy I have given here. So three things we need to maintain. First one is to be take adequate rest. Okay, so usually in normal time, have a work, you cannot take leave from the office, from the college, so we'll take paracetamol and we'll go to office. This is a very wrong regimen we are following the regular day-to-day life. We can't quit our job, we can't quit our duties. So the fever, when fever hits our body, definitely our body needs a rest. Okay, if you go to office again, the pathogenesis will go to next stage. Okay, if you walk faster, you will not give rest to the body, definitely pathogenesis will go to next level. So don't do that mistake. So whenever you feel the prodromal symptoms, whenever you feel a slight fever, so better go for rest. Okay, adequate rest is the first solution for curing this fever or any fever with infection with any pathogen. Okay, whatever may be, it may be a COVID, it may be a typhoid, whatever it may be. First of all, the foremost thing we need to do is take adequate rest. So then next, what to do? So take hot water sip by sip. Whenever you feel thirsty, take hot water sip by sip. And then we have given a special medicated water here. We need to prepare a medicated water with coriander and ginger. Okay, so this how to prepare this water? Take a 1 liter of water and add 1/4 spoon of fried and powdered dhania. So dhania means a coriander. And add some 4 pinches of dry ginger powder. Okay, some 4 to 5 pinches of dry ginger powder. So boil the solution and filter it and drink this solution. Better keep it in the flask, otherwise prepare it freshly. Okay, so drink this solution for at least 24 hours, at least for 24 hours without taking any medications. Okay, so this will detoxify our body. This will increase our appetite. This will nourishes all the cells of the body. Okay, so this will increase the hunger. This will increase the defecation also. Okay, so this is the first line of medicine, first line of treatment protocol we need to adopt whenever we encounter this situation. Whenever we encounter prodromal symptoms of fever, or else we have encountered a slight fever. Okay, so this is a done by PhD thesis in NIH Jaipur by Dr. Rajkumar. And then first thing is diet, next thing is drinking of a medicated water, that will be a dhania and ginger water sip by sip for every half an hour or 1 hour. Whenever you feel thirsty, whenever you feel hunger, just drink this medicated water. Always drink with warm water only. So and then whenever you feel hungry, just take only a soft diet. So many people will do mistake during fever. They will eat heavily and they will take oily foods. They will take indigestible foods. They will take non-vegetarian food and other things. These things definitely will aggravate the condition. So during fever or a prodromal symptoms of fever, better go with only a soft diet. Just to prepare a rice with a green gram. You can add some ginger or pepper or some salt, or else if you want, you can add some sugar also, no issue. So just prepare a ganji like item or a pongal like item with rice, very soft rice. We have to make very soft diet. We have to take. So this diet you can take 3 times or 4 times. Definitely, it will nourishes your body. Since rice is very fond of carbohydrate and it contains sugar also, definitely it will nourish us, and there will be no tiredness during this fever. Okay, so adequate rest, medicated water, and a soft diet. These are the three main keys. These are three main solution to conquer a fever condition. Okay, if it may be a virus, it may be a bacteria, it may be any sort of infection. First and foremost thing we need to do is just follow these 3 steps. First one is adequate rest, soft diet, and a medicated water. Definitely we can conquer a fever within 24 to 48 hours. This is the first stage of treatment. Whenever you feel tiredness, whenever you feel a slight fever. Okay, so next, if already fever develops, if almost 24 hours, 48 hours, fever will not come down. So usually up to 101 degree temperature, there is no requirement of any medications. Okay, so nothing will happen into our body. So normal body temperature varies from 97 to 99 degree. So slight increase of temperature doesn't do anything in our body. So we need to drink that water until we sweat. When we have sweating, definitely temperature will come down. Okay, so drink that medicated water until we sweat. So cover our body with a warm cloth or warm blankets. So let us sweat. Immediately temperature will come down. Okay, so repeat these medicated water for 1 to 2 days. Definitely we can conquer fever. If after 2 days also still we have a fever, still it will not come down, then we think of taking other medicines. So here is a very good combination of kashaya as advised here. It is equivalent to that of paracetamol, and it is not only paracetamol, it will act like that of an antibiotic, anti-inflammatory, antipyretic medicine. Okay, so here in this combination, we have an Amruta Belli. So this is a Guduchi. It's commonly available in every South Indian house. So how to make this kashaya? Better to make a juice out of it, or else you can make a kashaya out of it. Whatever feasible, you can do it. But juice will work faster than that of kashaya. Okay. So take some 2 to 3 leaves of this Guduchi leaves, and the stem also. This is the stem of Guduchi. So 2 to 3 inches of the stem, and 4 peppers and 2 small pieces of garlic. The dose is very important. Somebody will take a lot of 10 to 12 leaves of guduchi, and so lot of stem of guduchi. So that much of medicine is not needed. Only some 2 to 3 leaves of guduchi is enough, and 2 inches of stem is enough. So, and along with that, you can add pepper and 2 small pieces of garlic. If you want to, you can add jaggery, or else you can add honey also. So after making kashaya or after making juice, just add honey, or you can add sugar. So take only 15 ml. Okay, 15 to 20 ml of this extracted juice is enough, or else if you make a decoction, you can take only 20 to 25 ml of this decoction 2 to 3 times a day. Okay, so the dose is 2 to 3 times a day. If you want, you can take 4 times a day also. Definitely, it will work. This Guduchi or Amrutaballi is an excellent antiviral drug, and it's an excellent antipyretic. So definitely, it will brings down fever. If it is 101, 102 also, it will brings down the fever. Okay. So next, these are two common remedies we can helpful in case of acute fever. It may be with 101 to up to 103. Okay. So if still fever will not come down, then we can go to doctor, or you can consult a physician, or you can go to hospital. Okay. So next, how commonly in COVID symptoms we have a fever, then we have a throat pain. Okay. So how to manage throat pain with home remedies? We have so much of decoctions and formulations here. First, to combat throat pain is we need to do gargling. So at least 2 to 3 times a day. Okay. Whenever you have encountered with a virus, definitely it will attack throat. Okay. So in the first line we'll have a throat pain. So at that time we need to do gargling 2 to 3 times a day. So gargling with an hot water, you can put 2 to 3 pinches of salt and 2 to 4 drops of clove oil. Okay. So why the clove oil? Clove oil is a natural antiviral and antibacterial agent. Okay. So it will fight a virus, or it will fight a bacteria. Okay. Especially the oral bacteria or oral viruses, definitely it will kill. It is a virucidal and bactericidal drug. So you can add 2 to 3 drops of clove oil with hot water and salt. So, and clove oil is 100% better than that of betadine, commonly used for mouth gargling. So just to add 2 to 3 drops of clove oil along with salt, and you can do gargling 2 to 3 times a day. Definitely it will in uh, helpful in the situation of throat pain. Okay, so after that, this is about gargling. So what are the medications we can take? Here is we have a Kshirapaka. Kshirapaka is a milk preparation. Here we have to take 1 glass of milk and 1 glass of water. So 1 glass of milk and 1 glass of water. You can add 2 pinches of turmeric, two peppers, and 2 pinch of ginger. Especially in YouTube's and in some TVs, we have seen they are telling about add some 1 spoon of pepper, 1 spoon of turmeric, and 1 spoon of ginger. That will become a two eye medicines. Some patients will develop acidity, gastritis. Some they feel constipation. So don't add so much of medicines. Okay, so only minimum medicine is enough. So prepare a medicated milk with 2 pinches of turmeric, two pepper, and 2 pinches of a dry ginger powder is better. Otherwise, you can add wet ginger also. Okay, so this medicine is enough. Always while using turmeric, make a fresh powder of it. Okay, so turmeric sticks will be available. Take turmeric sticks and make a fresh powder of turmeric. So better avoid packed turmeric powders available in the market. Okay, so make a fresh powder of turmeric. Prepare a medicated milk, 1 glass of milk and 1 glass of water. Reduce milk to 1 glass. So here we have taken 2 glass of liquid and reduced it to 1 glass. Okay, and drink this milk for 2 to 3 times a day. Definitely, it is a soothing for the throat. So it is an having an antiviral. Pepper is an antiviral and antibacterial. So turmeric is also an antiviral, antibacterial, and antioxidant, and definitely it will helpful in throat pain and throat irritation. So usually throat we have a tonsils. So tonsils acts as a guard. So it will filter the virus or bacteria or any pathogens that will enter into our stomach. Okay, so in that reaction that will increase its size. So this milk, medicated milk, and by gargling the regularly 2 to 3 times, definitely will helpful uh, in treating throat pain. Okay, so after that, what are other things we can do in case of throat pain? So drink only hot water, hot green tea, or any green tea. You can use hot soups or hot decoction, whatever it may be. So whenever you feel a throat pain or throat irritation, better take only hot things. Okay, so hot water or warm water. So you can take and lick honey sip by sip. Okay, So this honey is also a very good and soothing agent and a natural antibacterial, antiviral, and antiseptic. We can call it as honey as an antiseptic. So we have using honey for treating wounds also. In our classics, also in practical, also we can use honey for treating wounds. Okay, so just lick honey sip by sip. Take some 2 ml, 3 ml of honey oftenly, every half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. If you do it continuously for 1 or 2 days, definitely the throat irritation or throat pain will go. Okay, this is the common way we can prevent the entry of the virus or entry of the bacteria to the respiratory system. Okay, so first side the virus will attack is a throat, then the virus will end up into lungs. Okay, if you stop the virus attacking the throat, definitely we can win this COVID situation. Okay, this is the thing we can prevent entry of virus in the throat. Okay, next, so how to manage cold and cough with only home remedies? So we have an excellent home remedies. It's better than that of any cough syrup, better than that of any decongestant, better than that of any expectorants. Okay, so here cough we have divided into two types: wet cough and a dry cough. Here, in case of wet cough is a cough with expectoration. Expectoration is a phlegm or any mucus. Okay, it will come out whenever we cough. Okay, so first formulation is wet tulsi leaves. We can take 5 to 8 tulsi leaves. You can add 2 pepper and jaggery. You chew in the mouth. Okay, so this formulation, so just chew in the mouth. Take tulsi 5 to 8 leaves and add 2 to 3 peppers, and you can put some jaggery and chew in the mouth. Okay, so this thing you can do it for 2 to 3 times a day. Definitely expectoration will come down. And tulsi is a natural antiviral and antibacterial agent, so it will helpful in conditions of fever also. Pepper is also an antibacterial, antiviral. So for soothing agent is jaggery here. We can chew this formulation, so definitely cough will come down. So if tulsi is not available, what we have to do is, so we can use the betel leaves. Okay, you can make a betel leaf juice pan. Betel leaves is commonly called as a pan. In South India, we are commonly using this. We'll keep these bitter leaves in the house. You can make a juice of bitter leaves 5 to 10 ml. You can add some equal quantity of honey. So bitter leaves with an equal quantity of honey. So suppose 10 ml of bitter leaves with 10 ml of honey, or else 5 ml of bitter leaf with 5 ml of honey. You can take this juice for 2 to 3 times definitely. So whatever may be the cause of the disease, cause for the cough, definitely it will come down. Bitter leaf also a very good antiviral and antibacterial agent, and it is a very good expectorant. Cough will come out easily and the lungs will become free. Okay, so bitter leaf is also not available. Tulsi is also not available. What we have to do? So at that condition, we can use onion juice. So onion is almost freely available. Whenever in our daily food style, we are taking onion, garlic, ginger, everything. But when you are taking it as a medicine, it should be taken in empty stomach, or else after 1 hour or 2 hours of food. Okay, the food is different, and the taking of food as a medicine is different. Okay, so we are treating a disease. At that time, we need to take these decoctions or these formulations or these medicated milk formulations or medicated water. So after food or before food. So one should take it in empty stomach only. Okay. So this onion juice, you can take so 10 to 20 ml of onion juice with equal quantity of honey. Here you can add some pepper or ginger along with that. You can make a decoction, or you can take it up. Or else you can make a juice and you can take. So then you can make a decoction of cinnamon, dry ginger, long pepper. Yes, long pepper is a pipli or ipli. In South India, we can call it as an ipli. So after making a decoction, you can add honey with that. So this decoction is an excellent expectorant. So definitely the congestion of lungs will reduce. So within 1 to 2 days, the congestion will reduce. Cough will come down. Okay, so we don't have these things. If you are doing all these formulations also, cough will not come down. You can purchase Sitafaladi Churna, Talisadi Churna in the Ayurveda medical shop. It is easily available, and it is an over-the-counter drug, and they will give this medication without any prescription. So you can take a Sitafalada Churna with honey you can take 5 to 8 times a day. Only small doses, 2 to 5 grams of Sitafala churna with honey, or else Sitafala churna with Estimado churna with honey. So take lick these Sitafala churna with honey for 4 to 5 times a day, or else increase the times if you have a severe decongestion or severe cough. Okay. After that, you can use Talisari churna also. Talisadi churna is also a very good preparation. It is better in case of dry cough. Okay, so these are some of the formulations, some of the combination you can use in case of wet cough, cough with expectoration. So then we'll move on to dry cough. Here, in coronavirus, the major symptom is a dry cough. Okay, dry cough and shortness of breath, fever, dry cough and shortness of breath. These are very commonly people will give these symptoms. So this indicates these are some of the cardinal symptoms of coronavirus, COVID-19 disease. So here, what to do in case of dry cough? Okay, so just lick honey sip by sip. Okay, this will definitely soothes the throat. Okay, somebody will have a severe dry cough. They will cough continuously for 10 to 15 minutes. At that time, they have a chest pain also, headache also. Many patients will complain of headache also during cough. So at that time, we just take honey sip by sip. Okay, so that will soothe the throat. So dry cough majorly is of two causes. Major causes for dry cough are two. So one is throat irritation, and one more is a consolidate mucus inside the lungs. Okay, so actually cough is a protective reflex of the body. Okay, so cough is a protective reflex of the body. Whenever we feel cough, definitely our body has some phlegm or something else. It has to come out from the lungs. Okay, so even fever is a defensive mechanism of our body. Whenever we have a fever, definitely our immune system is active. It is fighting against a pathogen. It is fighting against a microorganism. Okay, fever comes, definitely you should be happy. Your immune system is active. Whenever we have a cough, you must be happy. Cough is a protective reflex. It should come to take out something unwanted from the lungs. If you don't have a cough reflex in our body, our lungs will be filled up with complete of dust, complete of other particles. We can't live. Okay, so with cough reflex only we are living till today. Okay, so what we do in case of a dry cough, we need to lick honey by the first line. So after that, you can use a elaki or cardamom. So chew cardamom in the mouth along with red rock sugar. Kalsakra, we can call it as kalsakra, red rock sugar. Here I can show this is a red rock sugar. That's kalsakra. So you can chew cardamom with red rock sugar. Definitely it will helpful for throat irritation also. Or else you can take a long pepper with honey. You can take a 1 to 2 gram of long pepper. So dose is very important. Somebody will take only 5 grams, 10 grams, 20 grams. Don't dare take so much of dose. Just take 1 to 2 long pepper and make a powder of it and lick with the honey. Or else this is the long pepper. I will show this is the long pepper. This is actually a pepper. This is the round pepper and this is the long pepper. And then if it is still cough will not come down, wet cough will not come down. So the best way to combat wet cough is application of castor oil and salt. You mix castor oil with salt and warm the oil and apply to the chest. Okay, so just apply the castor oil to the chest and leave it for half an hour to 1 hour. Then take a hot water bath. So the consolidate mucus will dilute and it will come out whenever you cough. Okay, this castor oil and salt will dilute the congested mucus inside the lungs. Okay, so it will come out easily after that. Okay, so that is a very important therapy we can done in our house after taking some lot of syrups, a lot of medicines also. Dry cough will not come down. Just doing this castor application, so within an hour you can get rid of this dry cough. Okay, so then drinking of hot water definitely will soothes our mouth, our soothes our throat. Okay, so take hot water along with half teaspoon of ghee. Okay, so dryness will go if you take a ghee. So So this is I will advise in case of dry cough only ghee, and 2 pinches of turmeric. Definitely it will soothe our throat, and it will helpful in get rid of this dry cough. Okay. So and most important is kaskas. Okay, kaskas milk, especially gaskasahalu in Kannada we can call it as, usually in the homes if they will prepare kaskas. Kaskas is centrally acting medicine. Okay, so some narcotic medicines also will prepared out of kaskas. So this is a CNS cough receptor blocker. It will block cough receptor from the brain. Okay, you should take kaskas milk with jaggery along with some yela. So definitely it will stop cough from the brain. Okay, some irritative cough, some irritative dry cough from the brain, it will start. This is an excellent remedy in case of dry cough. Even the cough will not go with any other medication. Definitely this formulation will work. Okay. So and then you can take Talisari Churna. There's a medicine available in Ayurveda medical shop along with Tani. So lick this Talisari Churna with Tani 4 to 5 times a day. Definitely you can get rid of this dry cough. Even with COVID symptom, COVID dry cough also, you can try all these medications. You'll have a very good result with this. So this is a betel leaf, this is cuscus. Okay, this is about some of the home remedies I have advised. So according to our Ayush Ministry has recommended some of the drugs, some of the immunity enhancing drugs. So here we have some debate whether immunity, we can increase our immunity, or else somebody will tell immunity can't be increased in a day like that. So definitely these drugs will helpful to detoxify our body. So detoxify our channels, detoxify our blood, and detoxify our intestine, so that our immune cells will be free and our immune cells will rejuvenate. Okay, so we can rejuvenate our immune cells by taking these medications. Okay, so these are some of the recommendations from Ayush Ministry. So Guduchi already explained with the Amruta Balli. So consuming the 500 to 1000 mg an aqueous extract of Guduchi, it will helpful to enhance our immunity. And then Amla, it's called as the Indian gooseberry, or in Kannada we can call it as Bettanellikai. So that we can take, or else a powder of Amla we can take to boost our immunity. And then Aridra is a very common thing, turmeric, and gargling with this turmeric water. It will also helpful in prevention of this COVID-19, entering of this COVID virus into the lungs. And then Tulasi, so frequently sipping Tulsi processed water, definitely it will also helpful in preventing this virus entry. And Tulasi definitely boost our immunity also. It's a natural antiviral antibacterial drug. And one more excellent drug, and some of the clinical trials also done on this ashwagandha. So root powder of ashwagandha 3 to 5 grams twice a day with milk or water, definitely helpful, and it is an excellent immunobooster, a rejuvenative. Okay, so rejuvenative, you can call it as a Vyastapaka. It's a very good antioxidant and a very good rejuvenative rasayana drug we can use to increase our body strength, to rejuvenate our body cells. Okay, so ashwagandha is an excellent drug. It's a Vyastapaka and as well as a rasayana to fight this COVID-19 pandemic. These are some of the single herbal drugs that will helpful in enhancing our immune system: Guduchi, Amla, Aridra, Tulasi, and Ashwagandha. Okay. So these are some of the compound formulations is given by Government of India, Ministry of Ayush. So you can consume Chavanprasha Valekya, Draksha Valekya, Indukanta Krutam, Ravindasava, and here Bala Chaturbadha Churna, Bala Chaturbadha Rasa. This should be given for a children's. So below 16 year, one should consume this Bala Chaturbadha Churna or Bala Chaturbadha Vati tablet, 1 to 2 grams with honey. So it will fight mild to moderate viral infections, bacterial infections, or fever, and it will enhances immunity in children also. And Aridra Kanda is a very good formulation, helpful in combating any allergies, any respiratory allergies. It may be allergic rhinitis, allergic bronchitis, allergic dermatitis. In these conditions also, this Aridra Kanda is helpful. You can use 3 to 5 grams intermittently with honey or warm water. These are some of the formulations advised by Ministry of Ayush as an immunity enhancing compound formulations. Okay. Here, some of the Ayurvedic medications I have mentioned here. These tablets should be taken under medical prescription or else guided by Ayurveda physician. These are some of the excellent antiviral, antibacterial drugs of Ayurveda, and these drugs act as an antibiotics also, as we can compare to modern medicine or allopathy medicine. So, Mahasudarshana Ganavati, Sanjeevani Vati, Tribhuvana Kirti Rasa, Samshamani Vati, Mrityunjaya Rasa, Shwasakuta Rasa, Amrita Rashta. So, these are all some of the important medications. It is guided by our Ayush Ministry. These medications also can be used in case of COVID-19 by the prescription of a registered Ayurveda practitioner. Okay. So we have some of the proven antiviral herbs in our Ayurveda. So this is a COVID virus. In allopathy, we don't have any proven antiviral drugs for this COVID-19 virus. And we have some clinical trials with these first four drugs. Bhumyamalaki, Kiratatikta, Guduchi, Kalamega. These four drugs, we have a lot of clinical trials done in Delhi, in Gujarat, also in Bangalore. More than 100 patients has given clinical trials with these four drugs. These four drugs, first one, Bhumyamalaki, Kiratatikta, Guduchi, and Kalamega, we have a very good promising result as an antiviral agent, and it stops the replication of virus, and it will stop the rejuvenation of virus, and it will stop the viral load in the body. Okay, so these are four excellent antiviral drugs. These medicines were used in hepatitis B virus also. We have a proven result with these four medications: Bhumyamalaki, Kiratatikta, Guduchi, and Kalamega. So apart from that, we have a Rudraksha. So Rudraksha, definitely will wear the Rudraksha Mala, Rudraksha Mani. So actually Rudraksha is a very good antipyretic, antiviral and antibacterial drug. So how to use this Rudraksha? Whenever you feel a fever, in uncontrolled fever, uncontrolled hyperpyrexia, at that case, use this Rudraksha, rub the Rudraksha with the ghee. Okay, so rub the Rudraksha with ghee, lick at least 1 to 2 grams of this Rudraksha 3-4 times a day. Definitely the fever will come down. So even fever will not come down with antibiotics and paracetamol also, this Rudraksha will work. It has a very excellent activity. It has researchers has done on HIV virus and HIV induced fever. So Rudraksha is a very good drug in case of antiviral, and it has act as an antipyretic also. And we have a Nirgundi and Aridra. Curcumin is all over the world. The studies has done on curcumin anti-cancerous activity, and it is a very good antiviral and antibacterial agent. So we can use Aridra in South India. Almost in India, we are using Aridra for daily cooking purpose. So this is the best antiviral drug also we can use in COVID situation. And then neem, Nimba is the neem. So neem powder or neem paste also we can use. Neem kasha is also available in the market. We can use for antiviral. And this is a Vasaka. Vasa is a Vasaka. Adaptada Vasaka is the technical name. This can be used in the case of this situation, in COVID-19 situation. These are some of the proven Ayurveda medicines, Ayurveda single herbal drugs helpful in fighting COVID-19. So this some picture. Some of the household antiviral drugs we are using in our day-to-day cooking. So some of the tips to get rid of this COVID pandemic situation, how to prevent this COVID. Somebody will tell, will not take any of these juice decoctions, will get rid of these things. We should give some tips without taking any decoctions, without taking any medicines, what to do. Okay, so for those people, we have some of the tips. It's a Adravya Chikitsa, so touchless, drugless therapy. Without drug, we can treat the disease. So just do hot water gargling. Okay, so the hot water will kill the virus. Okay, it will prevent the replication of the virus, and it is soothing also. And then we can do steam inhalation. First thing is drinking or gargling of hot water. So here we are not at all using any medication here. And then steam inhalation. Okay, steam inhalation is the best one, and we have seen in many cases of decongestion of the nose, decongestion of the chest. This steam inhalation will give a very good result. So, how to do steam inhalation? We can add some ajwana decoction to the hot water, or a pudina decoction to the hot water, or else pudina arka is available, ajwana oil is available, or else eucalyptus oil. If it is not, don't worry about the ajwana and pudina directly. You can use readily available eucalyptus. Okay, you should add 1 or 2 drops of eucalyptus, and you can take a steam inhalation. Definitely, it will act as a barrier to the virus. Okay, it will not allow virus to entry into our lungs. Okay, so this will helpful. You can take steam inhalation with ajwana, pudina, eucalyptus, any of these drugs. These are all proven antiviral agents. We can take stimulation with these to get rid of this virus. Okay, so and easily thing is anyhow in the homes we light the lamp. So better light the lamp with a neem oil. So neem is a proven antiviral antibacterial drug. Instead of using a gingerly oil, you can use neem oil. So it will act as a detoxifier of the home. Okay, so it will detoxify the environmental germs, and it will clean the environment. Okay, so better use neem oil instead of ginger oil or any other oils for lighting the lamps. This is the way, one way we can detoxify our home. So one more way we can detoxify our home with the virus, that is the we can do dupana. So dupa sticks are available in the market. So some of the chemicals are used in manufacturing it. Better use a sambrani as a old powder is available. In the olden days, we are using this sambrani as a powder. Better use this sambrani powder, or in our Ayurveda medical shop, you will get a Gugulu Dupa or a Parijata Dupa. So this Parijata and Gugulu Dupa are very good antimicrobial dupanas. In Kerala, even government has advised to lightening of this Parijata Dupa. Okay, so all corona warriors, including police, doctor, nurses, they advise Parijata Dupa to be lightened in the home to get rid of this virus, to detoxify the home. Okay, so these are some of the measures we can do. We can prevent a we can adapt in maintaining our personal hygiene and also social hygiene. Okay, so we'll come to music therapy. So definitely a lot of research articles was done on music therapy and role of music in controlling mind, role of music in curing disease. Okay, so in Cancer Institute also so many researches are going on. So these musics definitely will give you a positive vibration, a positive atmosphere in the home. In this cold, with this pandemic situation, everybody will stressful, and how to create a positive situation is by just chanting these Vishnu Sahasranama or Mahamrityunjaya mantra or Lalita Sahasranama or Omkara, or else if you don't want to go with these mantras, you can listen at least any soothing music. Definitely, it will create a positive vibration in our body. A positive mindset will be developed by just listening the music. But if in the Vishnu Sahasranama, in our classical Ayurveda text Charaka Samhita, so they are advised Vishnu Sahasranama in Jwara. Okay, so how to cure for curing of Jwara, Acharya Charaka has advised chanting of Vishnu Sahasranama, or else listening of Vishnu Sahasranama. We have a classical reference for Jwara Chikitsa as a treatment protocol. Vishnu Sahasranama was advised. This is a very good thing we can do in our homes. So without spending money, you can listen to the music and you can create a positive vibration in the home. Some of the preventive tips, so how to maintain a social hygiene, how to maintain a personal hygiene. So in this situation, try to minimize the stress. So stress increases, immunity decreases. So stress is directly proportional to immunity. So whenever we feel stress, definitely our immunity will go down. So try to minimize the stress level and eat a diet which contains high grains, fruits, and vegetables. If you consume more carbohydrate, more sugary items, so our body system will be increased with the glucose levels. We will get a weight. Okay, so in that condition, our immune mechanism will weaker. Okay, so better is a very good fiber diet. So if you consume a grains more, the fiber quantity will also more. Fruits and vegetables commonly they will be very high in fibers. Okay, so I will advise fiber, protein, and a fat diet. Okay, so better reduce carbohydrates and try to increase your fiber and protein diet. Okay, so and exercise regularly. This is a very important thing. So we need to exercise regularly to detoxify our body naturally. Okay, whenever we sweat, so our body will detoxify 10 times than that of a normal person. Okay, so we need to do exercise till the sweating. So every day, at least you can walk, jump, skipping, yoga, gym, pranayama, whatever you can do, any sort of exercise we need to do till we sweat. Okay, so every day once you sweat, our their body immunity and their body mechanism will be very good. It is in a very intact condition. So everybody should do exercise until sweat. Okay, so maintain an healthy weight. How to maintain an healthy weight in this home quarantine situation, in this work from home situation? So one of the best tip is don't take any food after 6 o'clock. Okay, I will repeat, don't take any food after 6 o'clock. Definitely it will maintain your body weight. So we'll take breakfast, we will take lunch. So usually we'll work after taking breakfast, also will work after taking lunch, also will work. Whatever you take, it will burn out. So usually in the night we will consume lot of food and we'll sleep. So that night consumed food will not digest properly. So that will produce lot of fatty acids that will lead to improper weight gain. Okay, so better avoid food after sunset after 6 p.m. So if you have a hunger, you just take only fruits, vegetables, or else soft liquid diet, so that we can maintain your weight properly. This is a very common tip and a very practical tip. You can use it to maintain an healthy weight. So definitely it will work. So if you start doing it every day, at least for a month, definitely your 1 kg weight will be lost. At least minimum 1 to 2 kg weight will be lost. At least if you start taking food from today, if you weigh your weight after 30 days, definitely your weight will reduce. Okay. So if you are an alcohol consumer, so try to stop consumption of alcohol or else limit the quantity. Okay. So next, get an adequate sleep. So how to de-stress ourselves is by doing a proper sleep. Okay, at least 7 to 9 hours sleep is must for everybody. The sleeping will be peak between 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Our body will be get very good rest from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We should wake up early in the morning, that is in the Brahmi Muhurta, that will soothe our mind and body. So better go to bed by 10 o'clock and wake up by 5 to between 5 to 6 p.m. before sunset. Okay, so definitely our body will be getting very good rest and our immune system is also active if you take a adequate sleep. Okay, so observe meticulous hygiene such as washing your hands frequently. Don't smoke. This is a very common thing. From last 5 6 months, we are telling take sanitizer, wash your hands with hand wash. All those things should maintain. So along with that, you should use a judicious use of herbal medicine in combination with all of the above. Okay, so if you follow all these tips along with our medications, definitely we can win this pandemic situation. Okay, these are all some of the drugs and some of the formulations given by Ayush Ministry, and it should be taken with the consent and it should be taken with the prescription of Ayurveda physician. Okay, so we have a medicine for all this also. If an unexposed asymptomatic group, what we have to do? If it is an exposed asymptomatic or a quarantine patient, what we have to do? With COVID positive with mild symptoms, what we have to do? COVID with moderate and severe symptoms, what we have to do? We have a medications for all these conditions in Ayurveda. Our ministry has given more than 50 pages of guidelines. So what to do in case of this COVID infection. So, but these things we need to go with the guidance with the Ayurveda physician. I will take a prescription from Ayurveda physician with your consent. Okay. So these are all some of the points I need to highlight to fight against this COVID situation. So now the session is open for discussion.
So you have any questions to ask the doctor? So unmute yourself and ask one by one. So we'll have 5 minutes for Q&A session.
So your question is from Vani. You can use Tulasi, bitter leaf along with Karpuravalli and Dodpatra. Definitely you can use Karpuravalli and Dodpatra also instead of Tulasi and bitter leaf. So thyroid and PCOD, we definitely, Shweta BN, we have a question. Thyroid and PCOD definitely have a treatment. And moreover, thyroid and PCOD is because of stress nowadays rather than an hormone imbalance, so that we can manage well.
Good afternoon, sir. I have a question.
Yeah, tell me.
I'm speaking from Davangere. My name
Okay.
is Nazneen Sheikh. Sir, I just wanted to know, can you give us some tip to prepare hand sanitizer in Ayurveda?
Yes,
Or
we
is
can
it, or
prepare.
it must and should be alcohol based?
So alcohol is a readily available thing. You can easily use, and we have also some antiviral and antibacterial solutions. That's a Triphala Kashaya we can use, Panchavalkala Kashaya we can use. So in the market, Panchavalkala Kashaya is available. This can be used instead of sanitizer.
Sir, I mean
Panchavalkala Kashaya.
homemade with the ingredients or whatever spices available at home. With homemade sanitizer, can it be done?
Yes, yes, we can make a sanitizer with a clove oil. Usually, the sanitizer alcohol. Why we are there telling about alcohol? Alcohol will evaporate quickly. Okay, so homemade whatever sanitizer we are making, it is not evaporating. So that's why we are using alcohol only. So this water mixed sanitizers we can do. We can add a clove oil in the water. So that is to be 100 ml of water, 10 drops of clove oil is enough. That you can make a sanitizer and you can use in the home.
Thank you, sir.
So one more question is there from Sunanda HG, whether thyroid people will be affected by COVID. This is the question.
So any people can affected with COVID. There is no barrier for COVID infection. So anybody can affect with the COVID. And more virility is there. They are showing more mortality rate will be there with comorbidities. Comorbidities, especially diabetes, uncontrolled hypertension, hyperlipidemia. Already they have a underlying cancer. So those people are more encountered with this COVID-19, and mortality rate is also very high with these people.
So one more, is there any advice for the person with cough prakriti?
So whatever the medications are advised is for kapha prakriti only. You can use betel leaf, it's the best kaphahara. Tulsi is also kaphahara. This in wet cough condition, the formulations, all formulations for kaphahara only. Kapha prakriti people are more encountered with this cough and all. Every day you should take tulsi or else betel leaf juice or onion juice once in a day to get rid of these things. And as a preventive aspect also you can take regularly.
Okay. So one more question. Sir, can only person with A blood group more affected with the COVID?
No such data is available.
Okay.
In India, we have a O blood group is highest number of people in India having O blood group. All over the world, A blood group is highest number of persons in the world with A blood group. But in India, highest number of the persons with O blood group. So blood group affinity is not at all proved till today.
Okay. So one more question from Vani H. What precautions are required for cancer patients?
So home isolation is better precaution. Don't expose to any containment areas or any hospital areas, infected patients. That is the only the thing we can do. Or else they can follow this regular immunity booster rasayanas as advised, compound formulation, Chavanaprasha, Brahma Rasayana, Agastyaritaki, like that immunity boosting rasayanas. What happens in cancer? So they are very less with albumin, they're very less with proteins. So actually our immune cells need a protein and fat for its rejuvenation. Already they are encountered with cancer, they having very low proteins, very low WBCs. They are more prone for this disease. Better don't don't go to any containment area. If it needed, then only go to hospital. And continue our rasayana therapy. So Chavanprasha, Brahmarasana, any other rasayanas, every day you should take.
So one question. Hello?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah,
Sushmita.
ma'am. Okay, go ahead.
If the mucus is very thick and we are not able to spit it out, is there any easiest method so that we can thinner that mucus and can avoid cough?
So yeah, my dry cough treatment is targeting the same.
Okay.
Just apply castor oil along with salt to the chest. So wait for half an hour. Just do some physiotherapy to the chest. So the thickened cough will dilute and it will come out.
Okay.
Castor oil with salt.
So one more question from Bhuvaneshwari N. Kabasura Kudinir, how many times a day should be taken?
So Kafasar Kudinir is a Tamil Nadu Siddha based medicine. So the main ingredient is Kirata Tikta in that. I already mentioned a single herbal drugs, antiviral drugs, that you can take only once in a day is more than enough. As a preventive, you can take once in a day.
So I think it's the last question for the session. We are running out of time. So the question is from Pavan Yadav. Is a Spinula capsule can be advised to cancer patients?
Spirulina. Yes, you can take. Yes, you can take. Spirulina. So many researchers are telling that it is a very good drug for immunity boosting. You can take Spirulina.
Okay, sir. I think we'll come to the end of the session. On behalf of our college, Saramvati, I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed to this webinar on health management through Ayurveda during COVID-19 pandemic, organized by Department of CSC, Saramvati. At the outset, I thank our chief guest and resource person, Dr. Dilip Kumar. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence. Thank you very much, sir. We are thankful to our management for the motivation, and I would like to thank our principal for his enthusiastic support. A special thanks to our beloved HOD, Dr. Banu Prakash sir, for his support and motivation. And a special thanks to our organizing committee for their unflinching support and coordination. A heartfelt thanks to all the participants for your active participation. Thank you, one and all. With these warm words and a kind message, we move to the end of the today's session. Thank you, one and all. I will share the feedback link in the chat box. Kindly fill the feedback and you will get the certificate.
Okay, thank you very much for everyone for patient listening, and thank you for organizing this webinar. Thanks to Saram VIT principal and HOD of Saram VIT, and thank you one and all for patience listening. If any queries, please write down to my mail. My mail ID is there. Monica will share your mail ID, and my phone number will also share you in the group. Any queries in future also you can ask me. So thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So lastly, anybody want to share the feedback about this session? You can go ahead and share. Anybody can unmute and share the feedback for the session. It will be good.
Yes, Monica, this is very informative session.
Yeah.
And it was very required during this pandemic, which we are all facing right now. Most of the solutions given were all available at home. So I think the medicine, what we can do from home itself, and we can get over this situation. Thanks for arranging.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. So anybody want to share the feedback?
Yeah, it's me, Vani Harave. It was a very nice session. We got lot of information on like how we can manage and maintain and at least take care of ourselves at home. Thank you very much. We look forward such kind of sessions. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So the mail ID I have posted in the chat box. So you can make use of this. So you have any queries, so you can post it in the mail for the doctor. Thank you very much. Thank you, one and all. So I will end the session. And one more thing, the certificate generated only 100 per day. So those who won't get the certificate, so you can refill the feedback form tomorrow also. So you will get the certificate. So don't worry if you are not get the certificate. Disconnect.
ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇತ್ತಪ್ಪ.
Sir, you can tell. You can tell. Still, the people are there. You can tell, sir.
Wearing a mask will truly avoid corona. Which type of mask is better? So actually, those who are working in a corona patient ward, especially in a infected ward, in a COVID infection ward, better wear a N95 mask, because recent studies telling that the coronavirus is present in the air up to 8 feet. Okay, so others can wear a simple surgical mask or a cloth mask. So the thing is, nobody is aware of how to handle a mask. So I have seen many persons, they will touch repeatedly the mask, again they will touch their eyes. So if you touch again and again mask, there is no use of wearing a mask. Okay, once you wear the mask, don't touch it. So till the wash of the mask, if you are using a cotton or a reusable mask, so after wearing it, just go to bathroom and dip it with a hot water. So then only after washing, then only you should reuse. Okay, so many of them are wearing the mask for 1 hour, they will take it out. After 1 hour, they are using the same mask, but the virus will stay in any cloth surface at least for 4 hours. At that time, you take the mask and again you touch the nose or oral cavity, virus will enter into our body. So okay, so handling of mask is very important irrespective of any mask. Okay, so air transmission is avoidable when you are wearing a N95 mask only. Okay, if you want to avoid air transmission, so better wear N95, otherwise use only a common mask is more than enough. Any 3-layered mask is better. 3-layered mask is better. Better don't use single layer mask. Better use 3-layer mask, whether it may be a cotton or any material. It's made up of any material. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you for your insightful session. It was the very helpful session for everyone. Thank you so much. So if no more questions, so we will wrap up the session. I'll give a minute. So if anybody still online, you can ask. I will have 1 minute to discuss.
Madam, what about the link for feedback and the next session?
I put it in the chat box, ma'am. You kindly see the chat box.
Because I'm not
Somebody
able to-
asked about a vaccine, whether vaccine will
Hello.
come in a month or two.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. The session was very good. I felt like it was very informative. I would suggest to mail me the PowerPoint presentation to my mail ID.
Yes, sir, sure.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for participation.
Somebody, Mohit is asking about there are 5 kinds of tulasi and all are very effective for health. Yes, all tulasi are very effective for health irrespective of the variety of tulasi we can use. In the market, they are using 5 tulasi, pancha tulasi drops is available in the market. So the variety of tulasis depends on region to region. In south, we have a black tulasi. In north, they have some other tulasis. But all tulasis definitely have some good number of alkaloids and good number of medicinal value. Okay, almost all questions answered. I will take leave. Thanks for arranging a webinar. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.